Hello guys, and welcome back to another show. We're going to do number 4.
Episode 4.
For the tens of people that are watching us.
Tens.
We're back at Brunswick Bowls Club, our new home for the show, or at least until they change the locks. Huge week in sports this week. A lot to talk about, so no wasting time. I'm Andy Hayes, this is James Blackwell, and you're watching the Sports Cooler.
The ball's taken now. Back towards the centre of the ground. A Geelong player's gone now behind the play. He showed us up there.
Alright then guys, big week of sport, but before we get into it, the social media plug. There should be a little thing above my head for you to subscribe on the YouTube channel. Click on that, subscribe. Our website is sportingmad.com.au. Our Twitter is @sportingmadau, follow us on there, and our Facebook is SportingMad. Just like us on there, we post a lot of things throughout the week. Podcasts should also be available on iTunes. But we've had a few complaints this week, and before we get into the actual sports thing, we need to address some of these complaints. Andy has made some outlandish statements about a certain individual, and I believe he's got a statement prepared. So, Andy, over to you.
Okay, it has been noted over the last number of weeks that I've been somewhat harsh on footballer Paul McShane. I may, on occasion, have stated that he is the worst footballer to ever play the game. I also may have stated that I had no idea how he has played for Ireland and how he became a Premiership footballer. These allegations were not based in any fact and were in no way a fair comment. For this, I offer a total and full retraction of the comments that, according to some, were completely motivated by jealousy. I deeply regret any distress that my comments may have caused to Paul McShane or his family. Now that the apology has been delivered, I would like to welcome the newest member of our show. He has over 30 caps for Ireland. He's played in the Premiership for Hull City and Sunderland. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the one, he's the only, it's Paul McShane!
Thank you, Andy. And let's bring out the man himself.
Make a bit of room for him.
Paul, what do you think of that apology? Was it grovelly enough? Are you happy with that? No comment.
Yeah, just as I suspected.
Great stuff, Paul. Right, Andy.
Yes.
How was your week this week? Anything particular happening to you at a sporting event?
Look, I've had better weeks.
Yeah.
I've had better weeks. I attended the North Melbourne Sydney game, as I attend all North Melbourne home games.
Yep.
In the AFL. Half-time entertainment. T-shirt cannon. Fun for the kids.
No Oz kick?
No, there's Auskick, but
yep.
just keep the crowd going, keep the crowd mixed up. Yeah, no. T-shirt cannon.
Yep. I like where this is going.
I got Maud Flanders.
Maud Flanders.
So for any of those Simpsons nerds out there, I got Maud Flanders, so I wasn't paying attention, and I'll be honest, I copped a T-shirt shot out of a cannon straight in the eyeball at about 100 k's an hour. Did I get the T-shirt, you ask? No, I did not.
No, did
it bounced. It bounced off my head, went into the row, and a little kid got it. Now, I would have been giving the kid the T-shirt anyway.
Would you?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
I got hit in the face with my T-shirt.
It was your T-shirt.
So that was my Saturday night.
Okay.
So and we lost. So not only did we lose, I got shot in the face.
You've had better weeks.
Yeah. How about yourself?
I think we'll call you Maud from now on. That's it. You're Maud. Maud.
Take what I can get.
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get.
My week was great. Not as adventurous as yours.
Yeah.
A lot of sport on over the week. A lot of things to talk about. But on a side note, I watched Jurassic World. Great film. Can't plug it enough. If this was a dinosaur podcast, videocast, I'd be loving it. T-Rexes.
I have no
Indominus
comment.
Rexes.
Indominus Rex.
Yeah, that's the new
one. Is that even a thing?
That's the new one.
Did they just make it up? Is it a thing?
They made it, exactly.
You can't make them up.
They made one.
You can't.
They made
you can't make a dinosaur.
You can make a dinosaur.
Well,
Jurassic Park showed us that they can.
Apparently you can. All right, ridiculous.
Anyway,
all right, back on track.
Back on sport. What do we like? Highlights of the week. What did you enjoy about sport this week?
A couple of things for me. I think. I know. I don't think I know.
You know?
Dellavedova in the States has gone down pretty well. The Cleveland fans love him for his hard kind of hard play. So that's good. But I'll probably be jumping on a bandwagon if I made him as my kind of highlight of the week.
Yeah, well, I was going to say there's the Herald Sun. I've been big on
Talk to me
jumping
about
on
little papers.
that bandwagon.
Little papers.
NBA
So
coverage.
I think my highlights of the week has actually been in cricket in the ODI series in England. 2 huge games,
Massive games
from England and then from New Zealand. So yesterday, I think it was overnight, Williamson and Taylor both knocked centuries. You've got Root and Morgan for England who knocked 60, 70 each.
Yep.
Those ODI series are just turned into some good stuff. So I watched a bit of those and watched the highlights of them. And the game before that was... The match before that was England's kind of record-setting one where they got to 400.
Yeah, and it was a shame that rain ruined that game, and then they got to decide on the Lewis Duckworth method.
Yeah, it's
which no one can explain.
No, nobody knows what
no
it
one
is.
knows.
It's just made it up.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he was real.
I think it was 2 people, was it?
Well, I don't know. If
it sounds like probably one person is English cricket.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
yeah, Duckworth Lewis. It's a proper English name. Top hat, monocle, cane. Job done.
Yep.
No, so that's my highlight of the. I think that's my highlight of the week. Anyway, what about yourself?
Well, I was. All week it's been tracking as the Women's World Cup was going to be my highlight of the week. It's
been good.
It's been a cracking tournament.
It's been good.
But you can't look past Wales.
I think you can.
No, you can't.
Pretty sure you
Belgium.
can.
Belgium, second in the world.
Do you want to kiss the crest? Is it a thing?
That's why I'm wearing it. This is going to be the thing.
Is it?
Paul McShane, Wales are better than you.
Pipe down, Paul.
Yeah, Paul. So yeah, my highlight of the week: Wales beating Belgium 1-0. Probably going to be in the top seeds for the World Cup qualifiers draw.
Yeah.
When the FIFA rankings come out soon, going to be probably a highest ever ranking. It's cracking.
Yeah, going to be seeded for the World Cup above the UK, or England by the sounds of it.
Potentially, I think England probably still going to have a couple more
sneaking
FIFA
a win
points.
yesterday.
They snuck in a win after their dour draw.
For anyone who's listening out there or watching or anything, Jack Wilshere's goal has been held by Gary Lineker as a top 10 English goal. Nonsense.
No.
I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the word poppycock.
Spaniards score those kind of goals every week in La Liga.
Kids in Spain score those kind of goals. Absolute rubbish. That just shows you what England are looking for at the moment. Absolutely nothing.
But Paul McShane kept him quiet last week.
He did, and he kept everyone quiet,
well done, Paul.
Including the audience, including the crowd of the Ireland-Scotland game, which apparently was just horrendous. I didn't get to see it down here, but the feedback hasn't been good. A 1-1 draw. Ireland not looking so good now, but we'll see how it goes.
So let's move on. We briefly mentioned the Women's World Cup. It's been a cracking tournament so far.
Yeah.
And if you haven't caught any of the games, what have you been doing with your life? SBS in the mornings. Some cracking football.
Yeah.
And I know you want to bring up about the Australia-Nigeria game.
So I watched that game on
Saturday morning, wasn't it?
Saturday. Yeah, it must have been on Saturday morning. And what a game it was. Australia were absolutely dominant. Only one team turned up to play football.
Yeah,
Nigeria turned up to kick the
boxing
crap
match.
out of someone. It was outrageous. And nothing more typifies that than
Kerr, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Kerr.
Sam Kerr getting elbowed in the face.
Yeah.
Off the ball. Referee was looking at it, didn't see it. I don't know how they missed it, but she got back up.
Yeah.
She cried. Looked like she had a broken jaw.
Yeah, it was suspected broken jaw for a while, wasn't it? But
I would have cried too.
Yeah.
And she got up and played on, and Australia were just dominant. Kai Simon getting 2 goals, and they look good. It comes
comes at a good time for
It comes at a good time, and I don't want to ruin my moment now, but Australia now go on and play Sweden in what will be a group decider for that kind of first, second place, depending on the USA go, and it's a huge game, and that's on Wednesday morning here in Australia. So if you can, get around and watch that, because it's going to be one hell of a game.
Yeah.
Sweden looking really, really solid. So that's soccer. Now, I want to ask you a question. It's a little bit off topic.
Yeah,
It's a little bit.
You cleared me up about this, and I spent my 50-minute bike ride riding home trying to think of my answer.
Okay, so it's based off an article from a guy called David Prestapino. Excuse me, David, if I got your name wrong. From The Age, and he wrote an article early last week around how he's changed allegiances of supporting a club later in life.
Yeah.
Right. So he's left Carlton in the AFL, and he's now supporting Fremantle. So I just wanted to pose the question, and this goes out to everybody who's listening. I want to pose the question: Is it okay to leave a club as an adult and not support them anymore and jump on another ship?
I honestly don't know what the right answer is for this.
What's your answer?
I'm very much a fence sitter. I can see the arguments for both sides, and when I was trying to think of what my answer would be. I kind of think that it's only acceptable if your club that you've supported have done something incredibly morally reprehensible.
Okay.
That you don't agree with, that you're...
Okay, so I'm gonna play hypothetical.
Yep.
You're an Essendon fan.
Yes.
And you've been an Essendon fan for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, doesn't matter. And the drug scandal happens.
Yeah.
Is that a moral out clause for you to jump on Sydney, Melbourne, anybody?
Look, I think the morally reprehensible side of things is it's very subjective. What I think is morally reprehensible might not be what you think is. And
Absolutely.
I could think, using your example, is that the drug scandal is absolutely shocking, it's disgusting. And if a fan wanted to no longer support Essendon, then they're well within their rights to no longer support Essendon, in my view. So
you think it's okay to walk away?
But I think it's okay to walk away. But picking up another club, how do you pick up another club? Do you just pick one up the hat? I don't think.
So in the case of the article, he's a guy who's from a large Sicilian family who are based here in Melbourne, but he actually lived in Perth. So he was going to Fremantle games with his friends because they wanted someone to go with. Yeah. And over the years, he grew more and more towards Fremantle. Carlton haven't handled themselves brilliantly over the last number of years. Salary cap issues, sacking coaches, fighting board. So he felt that he had lost touch with them, and he had gained something in the Fremantle.
Grew an affinity.
So I don't know if you can just flip.
I don't think you can. I think if someone's an Essendon fan, for example, and then this drug scandal's happened, and they go, right, well, I'm no longer an Essendon fan. I'm going to go North Melbourne.
Yeah.
And you can't do that, but I think you sort of say, I'm a fan of football. I will watch football. I will watch a good game. I'm a neutral fan now. And then you may start saying, I like the way this team's playing. I like the way that team's playing, and grow an affinity with them. But then the counter argument for that is that someone may think that moving a club to a different city is morally reprehensible.
Oh, well, I think that is.
And I agree. I totally think it is. But you see that some fans, still support Brisbane Lions because they were Fitzroy Lions.
Yeah, I don't know if North Melbourne moved to Tasmania, which is a possibility at some point in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could continue to support him. It'd be really tough.
Yeah,
because I lose out my ability to have that thing.
You would lose that connection with your club. And I can totally see, using a football example, what happened with the MK Dons, the old Wimbledon FC.
Yeah.
They moved their club 100 or so miles away, and it's not massive in the Australian distance side of things.
But it's big in England.
But it's big enough in England. Where
it's also in Milton Keynes.
And you've got a dense sort of population of clubs there. Moving it to the other side of the country is big for those, and they we're going to create a splinter group, and I can see that side of things. But what is morally reprehensible is totally subjective.
Yeah.
And I think that you can't just have an out because my team's not playing well. Someone might think, my team hasn't won a game this year. That's morally reprehensible.
My ultimate response to this is I try to leave being a Man United supporter, which I kind of am and kind of not anymore, just because of location, which I suppose is a thing. I've not fallen out of love with them. I've just fallen out of touch. When I was 10 years old, I went to my dad. Dad, I'd like to be a Liverpool supporter. He said no, and that was the end of the conversation.
Get out to your house.
So my gut feel is that through thick and thin, you stay with your club. The people that are causing your club issues now won't be there in 10 years' time.
Look,
and your club has the ability to change. Yeah. I'm a person that says you stick fat.
Yeah.
And if you're an Essendon supporter, James Hurd's gone. I mean, there's both sides, but James Hurd's gone in 2-3 years. Yeah. You move on. Your club is longer and bigger than the people that are there.
I agree. I agree with you. You stay through the club through thick and thin. That these are the way, as you say, everything's peaks and troughs. And the guys won't be there. But if you don't feel an affinity right now, and the way the Australian sport is, you've got to have your membership. You've got to be a member every year to say you're a member.
Yeah.
And if you no longer be a member, then people are like, you've abandoned your club. And it may just be that you've just taken a bit of a hiatus for a few years. But it doesn't mean you have to jump on a bandwagon of someone else.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a right answer. We put the question on social media today, and we've had
a couple of responses,
and they've one has been for it, one has been against it.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting one. I think it's a good article, and it's worth a read. And I think it poses that question.
But I think people should really, you guys should tell us what you think. I don't think there's a right and wrong answer, but tell us what you think. Is it right if to leave a club in when you're an adult, something that you've grown up with, you've got an affinity with, and then you've left because for whatever reason the club no longer represents the values that you adopted?
Yeah. Now we've moved away, as you can tell if you've listened to this before, a little bit from talking about the week in sports, because we just decided you can listen to that pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk about some more things that we find interesting.
Our opinions,
because if anyone gives a rat's.
Yeah.
The other story that I read this week, and it makes me laugh because I think this guy is one of the world's biggest knob. Lance Armstrong has come out in the press and said, if I lose this lawsuit, he's up for 150 mil, then I'll be living on the streets.
Yep.
So my question to you is, do you care? The answer is no. No, you don't.
Probably not. But you don't want to see anyone out on the streets.
He's not going to be out in the streets.
But I know. It's just like what he did was utterly wrong.
Well, I was listening to SEN, which is a radio station here in Melbourne, and a guy called Jonathan Haycroft was on it, and he's been reading a book about psychopaths.
Yep.
And he read out the 7. It's a really good listen. If you can find it, we'll post it. So there's seven attributes of a psychopath. Basically, Lance Armstrong has all 7. No remorse, deniability, everything. So he comes out this week. I think most of the world has turned around and gone, I don't give a crap, you cheating monkey, now bugger off.
Yep, fair enough. Paul,
what's your thoughts on Lance? Mate, if you're gonna present part of this show, you're really gonna have to speak up. Otherwise,
contribute more.
Otherwise, that apology's going out the window.
Contribute more, please, Paul.
So I don't know. I think if good luck to him. He lied. He stole a whole lot of money. Yeah. He did a whole lot of bad things, and he's basically a nut job.
Got to give it all back.
Yeah,
and he can't afford to because he spent it.
All right.
We're
moving through the show. It's going to be a quick show this week, I reckon.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Reasonably quick. We got a reasonably big challenge for us at the end of the show as well.
Yeah.
I may not have thought this through.
Okay, a recurring segment, Clown of the Week. Andy.
Clown of the Week.
Okay, good. We've got a theme song.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it now.
Cool.
I tell you what. There's a lot of choices this week. There is a lot of idiots running around this week. There's a lot of idiots. Mine's a toss-up. Tracy Grimshaw.
Lay it off. Lay it off, Tracy.
No.
I'm not a Today Tonight or whatever she presents. I'm not a fan of that, and I'm not a fan of Tracy. But she's not sports related. You've got to give up.
She's not a journalist.
We could end up having Tracy Grimshaw presenting this show if you're not careful.
Over my dead body.
Well,
there'll be no Tracy Grimshaw.
The only reason Paul's here is because of our lawyers. So.
Okay, all right. I'll move on from Tracy.
Move on.
The other one was The Age.
Yep.
I was thinking about. They went for another fluff piece after the North Melbourne Sydney game about Adam Goodes being booed. It's lazy journalism.
Yes,
it's just they could have just whipped out the game against Hawthorn, changed Hawthorn to North Melbourne, and reprinted the story. So that's lazy journalism on my part. I think on their part. My clown of the week goes to Ryan Crowley. I can't look past him. So he got a 12-month ban, backdated to September when he stopped playing, and he announced that he got caught. For taking a banned substance under the WADA, ASADA, MADA, Buddha, who knows what code they're looking at these days. Now, it's not the fact that he took a painkiller that's okay. It's the fact that he took methadone. Now, I had to do a bit of research on this. So methadone is a well-known painkiller. So it is used for really severe pain. But he came out and he said, I took it instead of Panadol. Now, I've never gone down the chemist and said, I've got a sore back. Any chance I could get some substitute heroin?
Yep.
Now, I don't know how else to look at this. It's known as a heroin replacement.
Yep.
It is also known as a painkiller, but to the general public, it's known as a heroin replacement. And he came out and said, I don't know the difference. So he's the clown of the week because he's an idiot.
Is he worthy of the clown of the week? Because I've seen Trainspotting, and I've seen those people on heroin. They can't play top-level footy.
He only took it in midweek, and obviously he didn't take a substantial dose, but I just don't know how anyone goes, I reckon methadone will be a good idea as a painkiller when I'm a professional athlete.
Did he see babies on the ceiling?
He might have. So he might have. For me, he's my clown of the week.
Okay.
Now, you have a fairly lengthy list here. You're gonna have to pick one of them.
I'm gonna have to pick one. I've got 3 candidates for clown of the week this week. David Gold, chairman of West Ham United, he posted a tweet on Twitter.
He posted a tweet on Twitter?
On Twitter.
Solid effort.
That's what you do. Confusing West Ham's new signing, Obiang, with Juventus's Ogbonna. Posted a picture.
He's just got this wrong.
He's got it wrong. Probably a little bit of racism in there.
We won't call anyone racist just yet, but it's not a great start.
But it's not a great start. Then there's Edison Cavani of Uruguay.
So I didn't hear about this.
So Uruguay will play in Jamaica in the Copa America.
Yeah.
And in the press conference, he referred to Jamaica as an African team.
Ooh, that's close. I reckon he beats David Gold right there.
And my third one is John Terry.
I'm always in favour of John Terry being crowned.
For not knowing what his own signature was. I don't know if you saw this.
I did. I saw it today.
He, a fan bought something from the Stamford Bridge shop, a personalised photo of John Terry with John Terry's signature. Sent an Instagram to John Terry saying, "Got this for you," and John Terry replied back and said, "Not my signature, mate. You've been ripped off. You need to go and get your money back." And the guy replied was like, "Well, I got it from the official Stamford Bridge Chelsea shop. It must be yours." But I think that the Clown of the Week is a prestigious award. I don't think that racists should be
included.
They shouldn't be given an award.
Are we calling Edward Cannavate a racist? Or just ignorant?
Ignorant. But then I can't really award it to John Terry because he's like
he's the original football racist.
He's the original football racist, and we've got a Clown of the Week that doesn't involve a race.
So you've gone for all race-related people. So probably John Terry for you.
It's John Terry.
It has to be.
It has to be John Terry.
Because we want to keep the race out of it.
Yeah, even though John Terry...
Yeah, well, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah. So
how about you just awarded to Ryan Crowley-Whitney?
It's John Terry because when he's not parking in disabled spots or banging his teammates' wives or giving after-hours tours of Stamford Bridge, he's now saying that his signature's not his signature.
He's ruined a poor little kid.
Yeah, we're probably going to get sued for those comments. But
Mate,
John Terry, Clown of the Week.
There is only 40 people who watch this show. There's no doubt no one's going to sue us. We're all right.
Okay.
We can pretty much say what we want.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on from clowns.
So we've had a couple of weird requests during the week from like I said, from the tens of people.
Yes.
That are watching us.
Well, a particular one came in from 8-year-old Lucas Carmini, all the way from New Zealand.
Look at that. International.
Lucas, thanks for watching, listening. We know you enjoy the show. And your request was more javelin and archery. So, javelin and archery. Andy, Paul.
Paul, do you fancy having a crack at this?
No? I looked for javelin and archery for you, Lucas, and I
got nothing.
There was some track and field events in Rome a couple of weeks ago, but not recent.
Hey, the NCAA
Yep.
Track and field championships are on recently.
Yep.
As in the last couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it,
no.
But I know it was on.
Okay, I know the Worlds are coming up in September, and there'll be a lot of javelin.
So basically what we're saying is...
archery, then.
I'm a big fan of javelin on the telly.
Javelin's great.
I don't think I could do it.
The risk of getting speared.
Fat.
Those judges out there.
Oh, you get the odd one with the neck. Boom, straight through.
So,
I like it.
So, Lucas, sorry to disappoint you this week. No javelin or archery, but we will endeavour to make sure it's featured at some point in the future.
And if anyone who watches this show knows anything about javelin or archery...
Send us videos, messages.
Get us on Twitter, on Facebook. Send us some messages. We'll feature it. We'll get some javelin and archery in there.
Yes.
I think I'm having a speech stroke or something.
So
here.
we also had another request on Twitter.
Yes.
From someone in Bristol in the UK.
Yes. Again, international.
International.
Now they wanted to know, could we have a bit more 10-pin bowling?
10-pin bowling.
Now my answer to them was no. We're coming from a bowls club. We can only cover one set of
lawn bowls.
Yeah. A lawn bowls club. We're only, we can only cover one set of bowls. But I did a little bit of research.
Well, first of all, no.
What?
No, it's okay. I was going to make a random Big Lebowski.
Oh, you can make it,
but it's gone.
Is it too late now?
It's too late now.
You missed the moment.
You missed the moment.
Okay.
It's gone.
I didn't know. Did I? I didn't read it. Whoops.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right, I'll work something around here. We
should have had some White Russians if we're going to talk about.
Oh, hello. There you go. Now I did a bit of research. Now I know nothing about 10-pin bowling, but I do know
you don't roll on Shabbos. That's what I know.
What?
You don't roll on Shabbos.
This is getting out of hand. All right. I'm going to finish this. So Jason Belmonte
tied the room together.
Jason Belmonte is the world number 2. He comes from Australia. Now I have watched a bit of his footage, and he bowls two-handed. So he doesn't put the 3 fingers in the bowl and off he goes. He bowls two-handed and he gets like a weird...
That can't be regulation.
It's regulation.
That cannot be regulation.
He was
bowling.
world number 1 for a while. And now I didn't print out his name and I should have because it's a bit silly of me, but now the number 1 person in the world You would say
Jesus?
American. You'd say American.
Is he Jesus?
He's not Jesus. He's not Jesus. Get in the trunk. He's not Jesus. He is an Englishman.
Is he pacifist?
No. Right, we're going to move on because this segment's going nowhere. So anyway, you can look up you can find Jason Belmonte. He's on Twitter and he's got some awesome videos, and he does a really cool trick shot video with guys called Do Perfect on YouTube, and you should watch that because he does some crazy stuff. The amount of speed and spin he can get in that ball is ludicrous. Okay,
cool.
Now I hope you've written something down for this next one.
Football transfers.
Okay, not the next one. We skipped that bit.
Oh, we skipped.
I thought, will we talk about we have really not done well this week. We've not rehearsed. Not that we rehearse it, but
I don't want to rehearse it. But it's not
any good football transfer stuff this week.
I don't think it's more transfers. I think it's.
You find a club yet? No. You're still going to walk around in that jersey, even though you don't play for them anymore.
Rumours are he's going to be in the A-League.
You'll do all right then, you.
Yep.
You're not great for the hair though. The sun's not going to be. Probably don't go to Perth.
What's the thing? Damien Duff did all right.
He's not ginger. He's not as ginger as him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
football transfer. I don't think it's more of what interesting football transfer. I think it's just all the speculation that Raheem Sterling is reportedly worth 50 million.
Yeah,
come on,
it's nonsense.
Liverpool.
Well, if you can get 50 million for him, good on him.
Well, Liverpool though, they're delusional with their transfers.
Yeah, but if someone's willing to pay 50 mil,
this is the same club that spent 35 million on Andy Carroll. They have no idea what people are worth.
And he's only small. He's only really little.
They're like, if Andy Carroll's worth 35 million, Raheem Sterling must be worth 50.
Look, if someone's it's market forces. If someone's going to pay it, then I'm in favour of Liverpool taking it.
If anyone pays 50 million for Raheem Sterling, they need to have their books back.
A couple of weirdly named Europeans floating around Man United, Liverpool, Man City, all those kind of guys that I have not paid enough attention to. But the speculation at this time of year is pretty good. Okay, moving on.
Oh, cock, I forgot to do this bit.
Alright, well, we probably won't do this bit. We did have a segment called We Thought You Were Dead. But James here has also used a swear word and not done it at all. But we were going to talk about former Springbok fly half, Joel Stransky.
Joel Stransky, yes.
What have you got in 30 seconds that you can make up?
It's nothing to make up. He scored all the points in the 95 World Cup final, Rugby World Cup final, won the World Cup for South Africa, beating the All Blacks. He once he retired from the game, he was CEO for a number of different places, and now he's doing Ironman challenges, I believe, and he's on Twitter. But I think he broke his arm.
That was our hugely popular and well-researched segment. We Thought You Were Dead.
Yeah, we'll do better in future, but please tell us people you want us to find. It's very difficult.
All right, viral. This show is just a shambles this week. Viral story of the week.
There's quite a few, isn't there?
Well, we've got limited time here, so we're going to race through them. Mine is the NRL arm breaks.
Ooh.
So if you can catch it on YouTube, the NRL footy show here in Australia, there was an arm wrestle between Wendell Saylor and somebody else. I can't remember his name. Ben. We'll call him Ben.
Ben Ross, was it? Ben
Ross?
Ross?
That sounds about right. Seriously, we did not research anything this week. It's been a long week. And it's only Monday.
And it's NRL. No, really.
So they had an arm wrestle live on TV, and the guy's arm snapped. Have a look at it. If you're squeamish, maybe don't have a look at it.
It's pretty.
What else we got?
I've got the Norwegian footballer Simen Jukalod, who became the first player.
Not a great name, is it?
No. But he became the first player to be sent off.
Seaman Jerkalode. It's not a good name.
But he became the first person to be sent off for using a homophobic slur on the football pitch, which is fantastic. Fair play to the referee for...
Out you go.
Yeah, just picking her up.
All right. This show's just out of control, so there's another one gone.
Right, what are you looking forward to this week, Andy?
This Wednesday, Australia play Sweden.
Yep.
In the World Cup qualifier. Sweden knocked out Australia out of the last Women's World Cup in the last 16. This week, Australia are going to do them over, knock them out of that World Cup and get through.
Come on, Matildas.
How about yourself?
I'm all about NRL this week.
You disgust me. You disgust me in every way.
The state of origin is in Melbourne.
That should be good.
So I'm jumping on that NRL bandwagon. When you
say you're jumping on the NRL bandwagon, you're jumping on a plane tomorrow.
I am jumping on a plane tomorrow. But,
so next week you won't see him. You'll see Phil Singh.
Are you going to do a Nevermind the Buzzcocks? Have we got news for you? Kind of rotating.
I will see how we go. Philly's doing his audition next week.
Philly's auditioning.
He can't be any worse than me. So
yeah, but yeah, NRL state of origin.
Huge game. 80,000 tickets already sold
at the MCG. You're going to show the rest of the country that even though we don't care about it down here, we're still going to do it better than they do.
Yeah. All right. Before we go, I challenged you to something yesterday.
Yep.
Very quickly. You reckon we can do it?
We can give it a go.
Do you want to tell them what it is?
I can't remember what it is.
Seriously. All right, here we go, guys. As you may have noticed from the video, and if you're listening to this on the podcast, you won't. Oh, no, it's too late now.
I remember.
All right, we've got...
Paul reminded me, he whispered in my ear.
Okay, well, do you want to go then?
Right, yes, so currently we've got 126, 128 followers on Twitter.
500 on Facebook, though.
500 on Facebook. We want to get to 1,000 within the next month. So by the 31st of July...
Jesus, that's not going to give me a lot of time. But yeah, okay.
31st of July, we want to get 1,000 followers on
Twitter.
Facebook or Twitter.
No, on Twitter.
On Twitter. And if we do, Mr. Andrew Hayes, to my right here, is going to run a marathon.
So if we can get... This is a risk assessment. I have no doubt that this isn't going to happen. If we can get to 1,000, I will carry this fat lard of a body.
Yep.
42 or 26 miles, 42 kilometres around Melbourne. I will do the Melbourne City Marathon in 17 weeks' time.
Yep. So you're going to do it for some kind of charity?
I will do it for men with suffering from testicular cancer.
Great charity.
Blue September, I will run it for. But we got to get to 1,000 and we'll film the progress.
We'll film the progress and will people be able to donate? We'll put a link on the site so people can donate to... Andy's cause. We're right behind you, Andy. Right, so get liking, sharing, tweeting, following on the old Facebook,
There'll be
Twitter.
A subscribe button over here.
Subscribe up here, but make sure you. We need to increase the followers to get Andy to get on board to run a marathon. I want to see it. I'm sure you guys do. So yeah, should be a thing above my head to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Somewhere up here. Visit the website sportingmad.com.au. Facebook at sportingmad.au. Oh, not just at SportingMad, I think. And yeah, the Twitter is at SportingMadAU. And if you see anything throughout the week, send it to us. We'll do our best to share it with our guys. And that's pretty much it from you. You'll be back next week. I won't be.
See you in 3-4 weeks.
3-4 weeks. But I'll do my best to try and provide some stuff while I'm away.
Excellent. All right, guys. I've been Andy Hayes. This is James Blackwell.
Cheers.
And you've been watching The Sports Cooler.